Good afternoon, boys. Last time we have seen the concept of corpuscular theory. We have seen main points and we have seen drawbacks. We have seen the theory. Theory means the concept, imagination, thought about the light according to scientist Newton. And we have seen that because of certain drawbacks, weak points, limitations, this theory was not accepted. Let us go further. The next point of this chapter, the concept of Huygens wave theory of light. The scientist Huygens has given his ideas, concepts, imagination, thoughts about the nature of light. What is exactly light? This can be given in different way by scientist Huygens. So title is Huygens wave theory of light. So from name itself you can understand that this theory was put forth, given, placed by scientist Huygens. The main points of this theory are as follows. First concept, the concept of wave. Let us see what is the imagination, what is the thought, what is the concept about light. So first point is wave. We have seen the concept of wave in previous standard. The wave, transverse wave, is like this. So according to scientist Huygens, light travels in the form of waves. So waves are emitted from the source of light. So these waves are emitted from the source of light. The concept of color. The different colors in light are due to the different wavelength. We have seen the concept of wavelength in previous standard. What is wavelength? The distance between consecutive crest. This convex part is called as a crest. This convex part is called as a crest. So this crest and adjacent crest, this typical distance is called as a wavelength. Or we can say that trough. What is trough? The concave part, depth. The concave part, depth. This typical adjacent trough is called as wavelength. The symbol is lambda. So this lambda is responsible for the different colors. So for one color, lambda is different. For a different color, lambda is different. So according to scientist Huygens, this concept is given by scientist Huygens about the color. Now third point, the concept of speed. The speed of light in air medium, the symbol is Va. It's always bigger than the speed of light in denser medium. The symbol is Vd. So we can say that Va is bigger than Vd. So according to scientist Huygens, the speed of light in air medium is always bigger than the speed of light in denser medium. In case of Newton's corpuscular theory, we have seen exactly opposite. We have seen Vd is bigger than Va. So this is a difference between both theories. Not only that, the scientist Huygens proved that when Va is bigger than Vd, that means speed of light in denser medium is smaller than speed of light in air medium. In that typical case, light bends towards the normal. So this speed of light through air is bigger than in denser medium like glass or water. In this typical case, this refracted ray, this is incident ray, this is refracted ray. So this ray bends towards the normal. So it indicates normal. So this phenomenon of bending of light is called as refraction. So what is the condition? When Va is bigger than Vd, at that time the refracted ray of light bends towards the normal. On the other hand, suppose rays traveling from denser medium and entering into the air medium, at that typical time, exactly opposite thing. That means the refracted ray bends away from the normal. So this concept was done by scientist Huygens. Now fourth concept, very important concept, the concept of ether. For according to scientist Huygens, for motion of the wave, a typical medium is necessary. This medium is called as ether, and this ether is present everywhere in vacuum as well as any other material medium like glass, water, air. So everywhere this ether is present. Keep in mind, ether is not a gas or not consist of particle. It is imagination. This concept is given by scientist Hygiene. So ether is necessary for motion of the wave. Let us say one more important point, successful point, the other phenomena. The phenomena like reflection, refraction, interference, diffraction, etc. properly explained by Huygens wave theory of light. So these phenomena, this concept, this behavior of light, sometimes it gets reflected from mirror surface. Sometimes light enters into the water medium or glass medium, denser medium, refraction. Sometimes when two light waves crosses each other, sometimes we get bright point and sometimes we get dark point. So this combination of dark point and bright point due to the interference, due to crossing of two light waves is called as an interference. Diffraction, when light passes through the small pinhole, then it spreads, it bends towards the sharp corners or edges. So this bending of light near sharp edges is called as diffraction. So all this concept, this observation of light, this phenomena of light was properly explained by using the concept of wave theory of light. A successful point. Let us say drawbacks. Even though there are some drawbacks are there, weak points are there, limitations are there, wrong points are there about this theory. Let us see one by one what are the drawbacks of this theory. First important concept about vacuum. According to scientist Hygiene, the typical medium called as ether is present and it is necessary for motion of the wave. This ether is present in vacuum as well as in material medium, that means glass, air, water, any transparent material which contains this typical medium, ether. Keep in mind, ether is not a gas or not a water particle, not air particle. It is the imagination, the concept, presence of this typical invisible medium is present. So this medium is present in vacuum also, but it is observed that experimentally it was proved by scientists Michelson and Morley experiment. These both scientists proved, they have performed number of experiments and finally they come to the conclusion that such medium ether is not present in vacuum. That means light traveling through vacuum in absence of ether, ether is not present even though this light travels through the medium. That means in absence of ether also light can travel through vacuum. So this concept of presence of ether is difficult to accept. So this concept is not properly explained by Huygens wave theory of light. So here Huygens wave theory fails to explain, or we can say that drawbacks, or we can say that wrong point or limitations of this wave theory of light. Some negative points are there. So this is the negative point of Huygens wave theory of light. Let us see second drawback. Second drawback or limitation or weak points where this theory fails to explain. The some phenomena like photoelectric effect, we have seen the concept of photoelectric effect. When light falls, a suitable light falls on certain metallic surface, then from the metallic surface automatically electrons are emitted. This phenomenon of emission of electrons from the metallic surface, it's called as photoelectric effect. We have seen this part in previous article. Then the concept of Compton effect. The scientist Compton has observed this effect. When light falls on the electron, both electron and light scatters away from each other. So this concept also not properly explained by using wave theory of light. So we can say that these are the drawbacks, weak points, limitations of this wave theory of light. So each theory has its own plus points and negative points. In this way, research goes on. Let us say difference or comparison between two theories, corpuscular theory and wave theory of light. These are two concepts, two imagination, two thoughts about what is exactly light. So, thought of Newton is different than thought of scientist Hygiene. So, this is the imagination. Let us see what is the first point. In case of corpuscular theory, we have seen that this theory was proposed by scientist Newton. So, light travels in the form of particles, and these particles are called as a corpuscles. These corpuscles are emitted from source of light. We have seen this part, main points of the corpuscular theory. In case of wave theory of light, the comparison, the difference, light travels in the form of waves. So here particles and here waves, difference is there, and these waves are emitted from source of light. So emission of wave and emission of particle, for this both emission the source of light is compulsory. In absence of source of light, the particles and waves does not have any existence. So keep in mind, we require source of light in both cases also. But here particles are there, corpuscles are there, here waves are there. The difference is clear. Now second point, we have seen the light concept, and light consists of different colors. So reason behind these colors, according to scientist Newton, by corpuscular theory, is the sizes of the particles, dimensions of the particles, size of the corpuscles is the responsible thing for the different colors. So we can say that different colors in light are due to the different sizes of corpuscles. Now here a different concept. So according to scientist Hygiene, different colors in light are due to the different wavelength. We have seen the concept of wavelength. What is wavelength? The distance between consecutive crest or consecutive trough is called as wavelength. So this lambda, the symbol of wavelength, is responsible thing for the different colors. Third point, we have seen the concept of speed in case of corpuscular theory. When light travels from air medium to denser medium, these particles, corpuscles, are attracted by the denser medium, and therefore speed of light in air is smaller than the speed of light in denser medium, or we can say that VA is smaller than VD. On the other hand, in case of Huygens theory of light, the scientist Huygens proved that the speed of light in air medium is bigger than the speed of light in denser medium, or we can say that in terms of symbol VA is bigger than VD. So we have seen third difference. A fourth difference, some drawbacks are there. The phenomena like interference, diffraction are not properly explained by this theory. And to prove this, to explain this, to understand the concept of interference, to understand the concept of diffraction, to understand the concept of simultaneous reflection and refraction, we have to consider the typical nature of light, namely wave nature of light. So this phenomena can be properly explained by the concept of wave theory of light. On the other hand, the phenomena like photoelectric effect or Compton effect, it's not properly explained by this theory. So to understand this concept, to understand photoelectric effect and Compton effect, clearly we should go through the particle nature. That means this theory fails to explain these two concepts, and therefore to understand this we have to consider particle nature of the light, and that is why light is considered as dual nature, namely particle nature and wave nature. That means in some phenomena like interference, diffraction, etc., we can explain by wave theory of light. That means light behaves sometimes just like a wave, and sometimes in case of such phenomena like photoelectric effect, Compton effect, this can be explained properly with the help of particle nature. That means in this typical case, light has a tendency to behave like a particle, and therefore it was believed that light consists of two natures, or we can say that dual nature, particle nature and wave nature. So this was accepted light has dual nature. One more difference is there, the concept of ether. For motion, for the transformation of light from one point to the other point, according to scientist Newton, corpuscular theory does not require any medium. That means ether is not necessary for motion of the light wave from one point to the other point. But in case of wave theory of light, the ether is necessary for motion of the wave, for motion of the light wave from one point to the other point. For transformation of light from one place to the other place, this medium, ether, is important. In absence of ether, light cannot travel. That means ether is necessary for the motion of the light. So this is called as next difference. So in examination question can be asked. Three types of questions can be asked. First question, explain Newton's corpuscular theory. Second question, explain Huygens wave theory of light. Third question can be asked, give difference or comparison between corpuscular theory and wave theory of light. Or sometimes question can be asked, give drawbacks of corpuscular theory or give drawbacks of wave theory of light. Or question can be asked in multiple choice question, for motion of the wave by wave theory of light, a typical medium ... is necessary. So we can say that ether is necessary. Like this, number of questions can be asked. So we have seen the concept of corpuscular theory in detail. We have seen the concept of wave theory of light in detail. Next time we will see remaining part of this chapter. Now we stop here.